Welcome, Final Fantasy Randomizer fans, to the Tower of Ordeals Tournament of Champions double header match featuring Yuna versus Noctis Game 2 and Ryuna versus Zidane for Game 1. My name is Stevie Knock. With me in the booth today is Sofnam with our tracker restreamer combo of Sunflash Rune. Sofnam, where are we looking with these blursings? And what seed did we roll?
Yeah, so we managed to get a 2021 seed. Um, so that's fun, which means that we have 2 blessings and 3 curses per class. So fighter got plus 10 vitality and plus katana, -5 luck, -1 MDef per level, -10 hit percent. Not wonderful. The thief got plus 15 luck, red mage armor, no pro ring, no promo spells, and black mage agility. The black belt got knight speed, I assume that is 20% vitality. The black mage strength, black mage vitality, and -10 strength. So the red mage got plus 15 strength, plus 10 luck, -1 hit per level, -10 agility, thief swords. The white mage got plus 20 MDef, plus 7 luck, -10 strength, -10 agility, and no bracelets. And the black mage got plus 10 MDef, plus 15 agility, -10 luck, -4 maximum MP, which is really bad, and -10 vitality.
Yeah, these are some definitely interesting blursings. This flag is known for some harsh blursings. Not only do we have 3 minuses, we also have weapon scaled 3 or -3 to 1. So prepare to see a lot of low rolled gear. As far as party selection, gotta point out Yuna and Noctis put in for a 4 forced and they rolled that fighter thief white red. Whereas Runa and Zidane on the other side got to choose their parties, went with that black belt, which honestly I would take. It looks like the straight up best option. And we got the differences 2 red and a black versus rainbow. Which would you
Yeah,
choose?
yeah. I mean, I think that we were talking before. I'd probably go black belt rainbow. I like having access to all the white magic, or guaranteeing access. This is sort of pre-life in battle and a lot of quality of life assurances. But as you can see, so I think that thief or black belt rainbow is going to be the way to go here. Life is still really good.
Yeah, not going with the thief for Rinoa and Zidane, opting for the casters. It makes total sense. The double red versus having the white, it really just comes down to how the magic rolls. I like the double red personally, but hey, Ice 3, Warp, Brack, and Bane. That level 1 is kind of stacked for black magic. Not so much for the white.
Yep, white magic's okay. Those white mages will have at least a heal 2 to throw around. I'm pretty sure this is in the days before improved harm, so that spell is nearly worthless.
Yeah, we got some cheap tents. That's nice. That's some camping gear they can buy. They do get like 20 or heal pots and a few pures with the startup, so they're not without kit. Just seeing Zidane making it all the way to Toph without an encounter, that's a pretty solid initial run off the hard reset.
And Yuna walks right to Garland, like, just... Ooh, Garland
Might
has
regret it,
glare.
because Garland may have glare, but Zidane went to the left and got a Masa -1 out of the first box.
That is not too bad. -1's going to be, like, your average roll here. Yuna warping back without getting the Masa gets a key in a ship for their troubles.
Yeah, well, Yuna did not see, and what Noctis is about to see is that mage pack in that, or wizard pack in that unmarked trap chest, which is a always fun flag to see.
Yep, random trap chest. So we're gonna use our camping gear here to save and take a swing here at Garland.
Yeah, we saw Yuna check the Carnaria Castle treasury random incentive location, so in those 6 boxes it has to be something. Or is checking, it looks like.
The key in the boat.
This is slow boat. We are still slightly before slow boat or fast boat was introduced. Nothing in the first three boxes. What are we getting in this? It's more gold. The adamant. That's an easy turn in since we got the boat especially. And a katana. That's actually not horrible for Noctis and Yuna because they have that forced thief.
They have the Force Thief, and they have the fighter who has, who can equip it now until the thief needs it. Pop, 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 pop.
That's actually huge because they can put the masa on the thief and the katana on that fighter. So
Yep.
good weapons to start with, all things considered.
Look at the little slow boat hopping along there.
Hey, we have Lithanian hospitality, but no Lithanian superstore, which is what Yuna was checking just there. So Lithane found at Provoca, not going to be worth messing with anytime soon.
Noctis deciding to reset out of that and go try their luck at dwarfs, which, you know, with the adamant is probably a good thing to be doing. And there's some bad men in a nightmare.
That's the fun
very
thing about these
painful
chests.
Bye.
And Noctis, not expecting to find a fight in dwarves, did not save outside of it. So gonna have to loot. Oh wow,
Yep.
loot. Okay, adamant turns into loot. That's key and loot in our first 5 items.
I don't know that. Oh, maybe it's an electric loot. If it's made out of adamant.
Well, I mean, you have metal in the strings, perhaps.
Oh,
I mean,
so
tuning
you're
the
thinking
tuner.
maybe it's just metal stringed acoustic guitar.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, honestly, I always, as a kid, I didn't realize a lute was a woodwind or was a string instrument. I thought it was a woodwind, like a piccolo or a ocarina. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Noctis wiping out on a wolf pack. Did not see just what took them out. And Dazzle
There-
from the Nightmares. That's always fun.
So questions from chat about the flag set. There are no loose, so everything will have a home. And there are, I believe, 40 trap chests. Let me look.
Smurf Tech on, or talk on chat, claiming 40 on it. We have the flags. It's very handy.
Yes. Yes, 40 chests over here.
But they're unmarked, which is the crazy thing. So they don't know what they're going to see. They're just going to see something and have to fight it. And there's a bridge. I mean, normally that would be a womp, given the fact they've got the boat and the canoe already. Oxio coming for the sages. But we do have XP and gold scaling enabled. So that bridge is worth a 5% increase in XP and gold scaling.
And so, Rinoa finding the silver Cheerio and the bridge there in the armory.
Ooh, big score out of the Elfland Castle. They got the defense sword. It rolled -2, but that's still a ruse cast item. So that key paying off big with some early finds. Looks like Noctis is going towards Marsh.
There will be an incentive somewhere in Marsh, but it is in a random place. It is not in its usual location necessarily. It could be.
Indeed. And they have warp at level 1 to exit out fast. You'll see them going, yep, to the top because it's a faster run to find those few chests. Gold bracelets -3. Ick.
Ooh.
And
As
they're
bad
30
as you can
grand.
get. Yeah, that's if you find one, you could sell it. That'd be good. Not that this is going to be necessarily a low gold piece seed, probably with as many boxes as we're going to have to open.
Well, Fade at level 6 white and Temper at level 6 black. That's kind of annoying, I'd say. Especially with the double red mage, that Fade is not going to really be accessible unless you promote, I believe. Noctis resetting out of Marsh Top because it just wasn't worth running back out of. And I do think Rinoa did just sell the ice and the katana. The ice sword that they got out of that dwarf chest in the top of dwarves, and then the katana they got out of the I forgot where they got the katana all of a sudden. No, out of Canaria Locked.
Yeah, Canary Locked was Katana. And Topher was the Masa.
Yes, the absurd starting weapons being absurd. But in the case of Rinoa and Zidane not having the thief or the fighter, both of those weapons are completely useless. Bottle out of the 2-pack above the incentive location in Marsh. If we get early access to Gaia, that's an incentive item pickup to be had. Would not be shocked to see... Ooh, spiders. Spiders are icky. Yuna wiped from the party, just exit out after losing 2 bodies. Did not see what it was, but I saw 2 bodies go down in 1 cast. This is a Sunflash seed, this is not a Danny seed, so seeing icky spiders and arachnids is not guaranteed or to be expected. To be honest, I haven't seen so many of Sunflash's seeds to know what would be expected, so yay.
Apparently the Mucks have spell poison that sweeps your party. That's kind of nice.
Ah, was it the Mucks then that did the damage before? Either way, more sweepers, more pain, and those images hit hard. That thief just got bodied. Looks like Zidane got the bottle and got out. Doesn't want to deal with finding any more chest or hunting any more chests down. May have the key, could check the lock, but all these chests could be trap chests and just be stuck with a fight you don't want to take.
Oh, and you're gonna run into fights and stuff anyway, walking through here, so there's just no real reason to keep going.
So far, no shop item detected, so that's a meh. We have gotten houses. They're just under 3 grand, which isn't horrible. As you said, they're getting a good amount of gold, so they'll be able to pick up a few of them. Definitely more relevant for Rinoa and Zidane, as they both have the 3 casters. Interesting difference. Yuna going through the river system, and then Zidane actually taking the time to get the ship and take it to the river dock. Just, where's the boat? Park the boat. Both of our runners, they're using the saves to avoid encounters on the overworld, getting there. And we have Gaia in Crescent, so that is the bottle turn-in available.
Zidane and Yuna getting to Gaia at exactly the same time is kind of a little bit interesting here.
Rinoa surviving with 2 people to get a light axe, and then finding the Gershark Big Eye pack. We have shuffled tri-state trap tiles, and Big Eyes with nuke. That is hilarious, and Rinoa has to redive for the bottle, so... Interesting trying to take an encounter when there's that huge run.
Yeah, maybe trying to avoid, like, a specific encounter in here.
Yeah, it's possible. And Zidane getting the herb for the bottle turn-in, so that's another run back to Elflin Castle. But it looks like Zidane is heading towards Volcano, or more likely to Ice at this point, as Ice is incentivized. It is just random, like all the other incentive chest locations.
So it has a strong possibility that you don't have to do the loop twice in can just kind of go through once. It's actually kind of nice.
Indeedly do.
So, you know, we may not see as much of ice as we're used to here. Aegis -3 out of the Northwest Castle Treasury. And some snakes that are hitting just way too hard.
Yeah, we got 2 runners in in ice. We've got 1 runner on each side doing it, and then we've got a runner in marsh still, probably about to warp out. Yep, Rinoa's like, I'm done, get me out of here. And Noctis survives the runaway, but only has the 1 party member up, so probably wants to save and run to a clinic very fast.
Yep. Early game, you really do need as many of your meat shields up as possible.
Rinoa about to check Northwest Castle as Yuna's made it down onto the primary floor in ice. Gonna use the warp trick just to check these 3 boxes. And chicken wings, and they hit with sleep touch, so the steak and wings encounter probably not going to be that fun.
Yeah, beef down already is kind of pretty bad here for Yuna's ice dive. Whereas Zidane seems to have come in with higher levels here. Is over 100 on all of their characters.
Noctis is up to something. They have shuffled their party members around. They're gonna take a few fights on these,
On this Manticore?
yeah.
Knife?
Got ice casts, and they've moved the Masa onto the Knight.
This isn't like my least favorite thing in the world to do.
Hey, a few levels goes a long way. We've seen that a lot this tournament. Or Iron Goal in a box. That's a juicy experience if it can be taken. Oh no, that was Iron Goal on a trap tile. I think Iron Goal on a trap tile isn't horrible. If you can survive the hits, that's a huge chunk of experience. But you do have off-tile encounters if you take that route.
Yep. So you're eventually going to get an off-tile, but probably be okay.
Why are there creeps in Ice Cave? That's spooky. Gators with Sleep Touch doesn't help.
Still haven't found the incentive item here in Ice. Oh, there it is. The canal. Now we have access to Noctis.
Yep, and as you said, you don't have to go through the... Oh, never mind, you have to go through the entire thing because the immediate encounter, 2 steps after getting the item, wipes Yuna out. Ouch. Don't have exits, so you can't just cast it. You have to walk out from there. Casting Warp would just take you down to the floor before.
Yep.
We have some substantial divergence so far, and I kind of like it. Noctis taking this early grind, whereas Yuna is in ice. Meanwhile, in the other race, Zidane getting that early advantage and not getting stuck in marsh. Made it all the way to ice already, whereas Rinoa is about to get the herb. And they haven't been stuck in the slow boat this entire time. They've actually had things to do.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get there, though.
Yeah.
It'll be slow boat time eventually. It always is. Lots of encounters in ice here. And Yuna just saying, I'm done, and resetting out, trying soft resets to see if there's slightly better chain here. I don't really blame them.
The overall encounter rate is set to 0.8, and the dungeon encounter rate is set to 0.9, so it's actually slightly lower than than standard encounter rate, but it still hurts because these encounters have not been that great. Part of why I like this early grind from Noctis, because you can see that fighter already with 300 plus hit points that is survivability for the team.
Yeah.
Hard
And
save,
you're gonna
going
get
back
charges on
in.
that red mage. It's a really good idea. Oh. That's backwards, but okay.
Yeah, herb into crown. I mean, if this turns out to be the crystal off of
Right.
the turn in,
I'm thinking
it's the crystal.
nah
This is some
backwards.
French vanilla weirdness. Slow 2 ain't normally insta-kill magic, so there you go. I like the Masa on the black belt. Until the black belt gets the levels, that Masa does allow it to do damage, even though it does have negative strength on it. Negative strength can be compensated by just having a good weapon.
Yeah, and you got to get pretty good levels before the black belt is outpowering Amasa.
Sunflash Rune, our tracker slash restreamer, noting X count -2 in ice. That's the 3 best weapons in the game have all rolled down.
Yeah, if I'm reading these flags correctly, this would have been pretty common. Like,
But it is true. It is very true. We still haven't seen the
repeat.
Vorpal, the best lawn dart in the game.
I mean, maybe the Volpal rolled +1 and it'll just be the best ninja weapon.
It is possible. I would say you could also put it on the promoted red mage, but the Thief Swords kind of negates that. And there's the tail, but Rinoa actually resets out of it. Does not plan to promote because they're running that black belt to the end.
Yeah, I mean, this is the prevailing strategy at the time. Was don't promote. You don't have any fixes in place for the master anymore. So
Noctis is onto the solo grind and doing 1 hits, 4 damage for 400 on these manticores. Meanwhile, Zidane makes it to the item, gets out, and is done with ice. Yuna running around outside, I think might have to re-dive again.
yeah, it looks like we're trying to burn off some encounters to get on a different kind of chain.
Share a little high-fiving for Rinoa as they go into ice and Zidane leaves. Zidane no doubt gonna go down to Crescent, or go down south, has to go to Elflin to turn in the herb. Opting to do that before going to Volcano. There is no incentive item in Volcano. They're down a party member with no live cast, so it makes more sense to go do turn-ins, get party members up, than try and get early progression on the Fiends.
Yep, we have progression in our fiend dungeons that are locked, so that would be sea and sky, but we do not have it in Volcano or Earth.
Rinoa trying to take the Iron Gall that's on that trap tile. I like it, but you don't have Brack or anything to instantly kill it. So, kind of a risk. Sadly, using fire and ice together doesn't cause thermal shock to shatter it, but gets the job done. That's 2,000 plus on all 4 of the party members. That's big. Getting the call out in chat, level 24 for the solo fighter grind. And look at all that gold that Noctis has picked up from those fights as well. That's kit for the rest of the party and magic for everyone else. I like the steel armor pickup if they'd want to go for it, but deciding not to. We don't have the fast.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we don't have the steel armor cast fast, which was an amazing ultra rare blursing. I don't even know it existed back when this seed was new, but it's still a lot of absorb at the cost of a bit of evasion.
Yep.
Rinoa still doing some checking on the drop-down floor, as is Yuna. In fact, they're pretty close to lockstep. Yuna gonna go, yep, checking the six-pack. Sadly, the Opal Bonk is a roll negative and isn't a power bonk.
Ooh, and the slab is for sale in Gaia here.
Yep, 20-something thousand, I believe.
Yep,
Totally
21,000
affordable.
something. And there's the herb we know that this turns into, which then turns into the crown, which then turns into the crystal. And I don't think Rinoa's been back to check the crystal.
No. The slow boat makes it clear where they go, and Rinoa decided, I'm gonna finally deal with ice.
Yeah.
And yeah, that party just taking everything away from Rinoa minus the one body. That's a little spooky. Gets the canal, probably isn't gonna no, is checking the other chests. Just one of them though, and gets out and is done with ice.
Yeah, probably remembers somewhere along there that they should just leave.
As Rinoa leaves, Noctis goes into ice, and Yuna is our first runner going to a Fiend dungeon, heading to Volcano.
Zidane is going to go in and turn in this crystal up here. And grab a Sun -2, some ghouls in a box that we are going to Ice 3.
Ooh, Yuna
We're gonna
find a
light up.
triple eye tile. I believe that's the first
that's so good.
encounter. If that's the first trap tile in Volcano Armory, that is a safe grind. No off-step encounters, and they are paper thin.
Wow.
This could be, yes it is, this is huge. Immediately jumps into the grind. This could easily make up for Noctis's early grind as far as the level differences. 2,300 for all 4 characters off of 2 eyes, and there can be more.
Yeah, Yuna was really feeling the low levels, so...
When you level up fast enough that your party members go on a knee just because they've got that much larger hit point pools,
yeah,
that shows the power of the grind spot. Red Mage goes down, no life cast, but that's just going to focus more levels on the melee characters. And yep, not even going to bother doing anything else, just to swing at the eyes, see what happens.
well, we're swinging... Pretty sure we're swinging that katana by the color of it, but...
We have Elflin found for Zidane, first runner out of the Inner Sea. It is Melmond. And magic, black magic, not horrible, but not great. Harm 3, Invis 2, Cure 2 in white magic. Unfortunately, no improved harm, I believe. So Harm 3 only really helps with the undead, but Invis 2 and Cure 3 are pretty solid takes.
Yep. We'll take Invis 2 every day. Let's see what's at 4. Exit, mute's okay. Heal 3's good. Exit's excellent, obviously.
It's excellent for Zidane, because as you said, you would go with the rainbow. Zidane did. That exit is not red learnable. Invis 2 being red learnable, though, that's nice to see for Rinoa.
Kind of a zonk there at level 4 black.
Rub's fine.
Our power
Like
word's
2's
set
a
to
sweeper.
300, so it's kind of like...
Yeah.
It's level
Weapon.
4, you're kind of getting to where you don't want those charges there anyway.
32,000 gold acquired by selling the X-Cowl.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a fighter. Not going to use it.
Speaking of fighters, Yuna's fighter right now swinging for 309 against that eye. Already has 340 plus hit points, and it's only been ground for maybe 3 or 4 minutes at this point. It's now solo grinding and got 1,400 experience off the 3 eyes. This is like the dream grind. These eyes are seemingly paper thin. They don't have a script, and when they hit, if you've got gear, they do not hit nearly enough to make this unsafe. Meanwhile, out of the inner sea on the other side of the races, Zidane going to ordeals as Rinoa is going to check what is at on-rack. We do have Northern Docks enabled. Has access to waterfall and on-rack. Whatever on-rack might be.
Yep. Zidane in the pillar maze.
That's
Sweet. 1, 2, 3,
on-rack is
4.
Melmond. So that is slab translated. A quick run back to Provoca will get the slab turned and taken care of.
Not pillar 1. So pillar 1 wasn't too bad.
Jeebus, 600 plus hit points at level 25, and Yuna's just continuing the grind. This could be a level 50 fighter grind in another 10 minutes.
Right.
And with that katana in its hands currently, it's got solid crit.
Yeah, look at all that experience we get from 3 eyes. It's an amazing tile.
Noctis getting the crystal taken care of. Going to turn that in. Meanwhile, Zidane through the pillar maze and getting the rod. That is Earth access. No incentive item in Earth, as you said earlier, just in Sea and Sky. But that is access to our 3rd Fiend. A Fiend that Yuna will probably just go straight down and kill once this grind is finished, because I don't see needing to come back here ever again. Boosh, ribbon out of the bottom right chest. That is our first ribbon spotted for Zidane. Rinoa about to show us what the robot has.
Yep.
That's not a horrible tile to find. EXPs.
Yeah, speeds aren't bad. Pretty good. We still got a Masa on. They got some hit points though.
Speaking of hit points,
enough, but some.
Speaking of hit points, 745 currently maxed for Yuna's fighter.
Wow, and we're still going at it.
Yeah, this is going to be a max level on Vanilla Cube. We are literally, legitimately, from what we know, a chime location away from Go mode.
Yep, very technically.
Could we get a vanilla chime?
The nice things in the pool that would make our long Topher dive easier, but
I think the question now is, could we get a vanilla chime? You're done with the grind.
We can't. Right? Because wait, what is vanilla chime?
Vanilla chime is the slab translation turned into Lefane.
Oh, that's right. Okay, could be.
So, Yuna did not dive into Volcano. Is going to get the party members back up. I thought it was a no run back. I thought it'd be a solo fighter dive, but I respect this. Yes, that is a very good point. Sunflash Rune Ice was not fun. But also, just like Noctis after their grind, has a good amount of gold, but instead of like 30,000, has 232,000 after buying the slab.
Yep.
Mr. Moneybags.
Yep, Yuna just going to be quite rich. We'll get the herb. We'll go get the crown. Get the crystal.
all of that runabout, figure out, and go. No doubt once they're out of the inner sea, there will be a translation, or a promotion from Yuna and Noctis. Meanwhile, I have to wonder when Zidane or Rinoa might find that eye. If they find that eye tile, the black belt grind will be rapid.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna probably... I would imagine they're gonna find it. It's a pretty common check.
Crown on Yuna's side, Rod on Rinoa. Honestly, the rod and the ribbon coming out of ordeals is making this dive more and more, or more than worth it.
Yep.
And that is a loose ribbon. That is not the ribbon that's in the pool, I believe.
Yeah, no, because the
Actually, we don't have a ribbon in the pool, so they're all loose.
Oh. In any case, rod is the item from ordeals, so...
A very good one.
Collecting their crystal. And probably keeping the tail, I would imagine.
Yeah, Yuna and Noctis definitely in a position to take the tail so they can get access to better gear. That nearly 800 hit point fighter would not be missed having dragon armor and an Aegis shield on it or something of that nature.
They get the crystal.
The craziest thing to me is that fighter's hit points are that high with a negative 10 or negative. Oh, sorry, that's negative 10 hit. I thought it was negative 10 vitality. Never mind, plus 10 vitality. That makes more sense.
Yeah, no, the black belt got the black mage vitality, but still doesn't seem to be suffering much from it.
I like this from Rinoa, actually going to that northern dock near the Peninsula Power to get back to Provoca, which is actually Lefane, to translate or to turn in the slab. Using the map knowledge and being blocked by a Lefanian linebacker, only momentarily.
Lupa. Oh, we're going back to Dwarfs.
Well, warp out, avoid having to deal with the linebackers, and can just do the circuitous route. They do have the bridge, unless they reset out of it, so this could be just run back. It looks like it's going to be run back, because slow boat versus run back runs actually faster.
Yeah. I don't think the boat is faster, it's just like more access.
Yeah, well, distance is probably a bit shorter because of the Melman Peninsula and Peninsula Power getting in the way, so this just probably turns out to be faster. If this is the Chime, this is Go mode, but this could be Ruby. That actually makes more sense to me, because then we can get access to Sarda and whatever's in Titan Strobe. And another 5% for that grind when Rinoa finally gets to it. Meanwhile, their opponent in Waterfall dealing with some mummy whiz mummies. Whipping out a light axe for some harm 2 effect with the white mage. Before it goes face down. And then some zap for good measure with level 15-16 for the remaining party members.
Yep. Wonder if
now, did we know which pillar it was in the Pillar Mage? Not Pillar 3.
It was Pillar 2, yeah.
Yep, it's Pillar 2, you're correct. You were saying?
What was I saying? I wonder if the game will be mean and put the Chime in C.
Well, it's possible, but this isn't an Oslotto seat, so we don't expect ping pong.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Sarda's more likely to be like the power bonk or the white shirt, but I don't know. I think we've got power bonk, white shirt, and chime left that it could be. Or I guess floater.
I mean, if it's the floater, then that's just nice to see.
Yeah.
But at this point, the chime is go mode, so I would love to see a floaterless seed. Let's just say the floater is actually in mermaids, and we never see bubbles.
Just floater.
Now, there goes the floaterless seed, but hey, no more slow boat, or very little slow boat to come for Rinoa.
Yep. We'll have
This
a little
is
bit more
huge.
slow boat, and then we'll have the airship.
Yeah, this is huge because it unlocks the last two town locations, Gaia and Lefane. It also unlocks access to, well, everything within reason.
Yep.
Very
You pretty
quickly.
much have access to everything at that point. Ordeals is a little bit easier to get to with the boat and the canoe, but still reasonable with the airship.
Indeedly do.
And using that long run off the hard reset to make sure we don't run into any nasties on the boat ride.
Growing up, I never even thought that you could land the ship at a river and get out with the canoe. So I never thought to go to ordeals once you got out of the inner sea.
Yeah.
I always waited until I went to ice.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's Provoca, there's Bicky. Bicky could still have her chime. We know where the tail is.
And there's Nuke at level 2.
Well, that could have come in handy a lot sooner, but there you go. 3 nuke casters for Rinoa.
Yeah, I think you'd be fine with 2. Tier 3, good pickup. Ruse. Nice to see.
Gotta love the black belt that can actually cast Cure 3. Because its night spells was the blursing, so...
Okay. Night spells. Okay.
Yep. It'd be interesting if it was knife speed, but it's actually more hilariously interesting. What will the TNT be? The TNT is the ruby. Well, we already knew that from Rinoa. And the white shirt coming from Bicky. That is a free Invis 2 cast.
Yep. So it's looking more and more likely that our chime is going to end up being in C.
At this point, it actually has to be. Because we've got our shop item, there's no other turn-ins, and on-rack is in Lefane. That's the next place to go.
Yep. And chime can't... So that means the power bonk is in Sky somewhere.
Yeah. To answer the question in chat, no, Titans was not incentivized. Our incentive locations were Ice Cave Ordeals Marsh Cave, Sea Shrine, Sky Palace, and Canaria Locked, all of which, for no other reason than to be fun, are random. And with Sky random, that does include the Mirage 1 and 2 with the just generic random flag. Rinoa going to Volcano, here we go. Do we get the quick check on the eye and the immediate turn into the grind? If Rinoa even thinks to check this tile,
Yep.
There you go. Grind to find.
Oh, hey, look, we found some eyes. So Rinoa's going to be there for a little bit.
I think that Masa will be
Guillotine's
taken off
on.
sooner than later. NBC Guillotine is on, but the Lefanians you can't talk, or they have 2 scripts,
Oh, because
pre
they have
and post.
they have 2 text boxes, and that's, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I don't think that's a software limitation. I think that's literally a safety or protection because it prevents the guillotine from killing quest givers and the like.
Yep.
Probably the most irritating among them, other than the linebackers, in my opinion, is the woman in Canaria that always blocks the black magic shop, or obviously our favorite Mohawk man in Provoca.
Mohawk Man in Provoca is my favorite linebacker.
There's some Cure 3. We're about to see some armor swaps, I assume. Nope, not going to bother with armor. Just going to take the knee casters into fight. Yep, he's seeing thin eyes, 140 or less.
I missed killing the Black Mage at 1 hit point. That I would get a very poor review from its boss.
And Zidane, the first runner in the sky, or the second runner in the sky, I should say. Rinoa already in the air, but still sub 50 skyboat, or sky is pretty solid. Floater, not sky. That'd be confused. My brain mouth.
So
I promise I didn't
some more
have a
damage
stroke.
tiles. We're really trying to get rid of these party members. We're gonna start showing the eyes our nice chain armor and stuff.
And defense sword to at least do something with, other than just although they're not hitting much, it seems. I noticed the eyes did do some damage to Yuna, or to Noctis's party. Or was it Yuna? Yuna did the grind.
Yeah, Yuna did the grind. Noctis did the Manacle grind.
Yeah, there we go. 2 casters down, 1 caster left, swings. Gets the levels.
Red Mage up. It's probably not the worst idea either. Get some spell levels. Put the Red Mage in the top spot. 3 eyes, no waiting.
They still go for the black belt, though. It's just all 3 of them. Lowest probability, but it still happens.
Of course it does. And they miss when they swing at the Red Mage anyway.
Just 9,000 to 2 characters. Totally worth it.
Yeah. Not too bad.
Pro rings for sale for 3,500 in Provoca. Zidane picking those up. Meanwhile, Noctis, the first runner in their match to get in the sky. And about to go to Volcano and find the eye. Zuh. Now if you... Oh, Noctis not checking. Not going to find those that eye tile, it seems.
Oh, just going straight for care. I mean, Noctis did do a grind already. They're not really looking for another one.
Indeedly do. And Rinoa doing the whole armor unequip. Now is going to go off the absorb native to the black belt and is punching. The Masa no longer equips 6 hits, 1 touching these eyes. The grind is full bore, and meanwhile Zidane makes it there, finds them, and it's like, I'm attack these. Zidane doing some party shuffling and goes straight to the volcano tiles.
Thing.
Meanwhile, in the other race, several floors below in the volcano, Noctis running straight for carry. Will carry do carry things and punch real hard and many times?
That remains to be seen. Maybe carry will just, eat a confuse. I guess we haven't found confuse, so that would be very helpful. But, I like our chances with our fighter with 631 hit points.
Just noticed that white mage for Noctis has been down so long, it's only got 52 hit points. It's like level 4 or 5. Yeah, carry takes out the ablative meat shield.
Ooh, pretty tanky. The unbuffed fighter only doing 2 hits at 151. Carry casting sleep, not getting all of the party members, thankfully, but
Only taking out the ones that actually did plan to do any damage to her.
yeah.
No improved dark, so this dark is not
dark
actually much of an issue.
Yeah.
It doesn't help any damage output from the Thief, though. It's just not strong. But Ice 3 coming
Yeah,
out, 52 damage. Fighter
Thief just
swings.
doesn't have anything.
This carry definitely rolled up closer to that 200%.
Yeah. Good number of hit points on this carry. Looks like the Thief may go down. Oh, no. We terminated carry. And that was the first orb from Noctis at, 47, 48 minutes. Pretty good.
Yep, right as Yuna gets in the air, and Rinoa, I noticed their black belt is already into the mid-30s.
Yuna smashed a town. That must mean something.
Asserting dominance over the citizens. Wow.
I mean, as far as trying to figure out who is who. So one of the things I suppose we should probably explain, even though we are on our home channel, is that these runners are clearly running under pseudonyms, all Final Fantasy characters, and they are past champions who are doing this kind of like blindfold. It's kind of double blind. They're blind to each other. Lots of precautions have been taken to avoid slippage and spillage of the information. So it's kind of neat. So we can speculate on who is who.
Yep, I believe 4 people, the key race organizers for this event, are the only people who actually know who all the racers are. The racers don't know who each other racer is. We don't know. We're even having them stream to FFR channels rather than their own to guarantee that no hint can be given. Whoa, Rinoa at 41 already. Meanwhile, I'm going to see what Zidane gets at for this fight. I'm going to assume going to be in the close to the 30s. Yep, 28, so making good progress.
Yeah, that triple I is just such a nice find.
Yeah, 1900 experience. Up 1200 on the triple, 19 on the quad. Yuna and Noctis both in the air, both promoting. They're the only 2 that will be doing so, unless Rinoa and Zidane think, oh, we need our casters to have more spell options. And Rinoa hits the 42 plus and is going, I'm a punch a carry.
Yep, we're just gonna punch carry away. Probably go clean up Lich too pretty soon.
Yeah, interesting weapon shuffling. We're seeing the Masa on the Ninja, the Excal +2 on the Knight for Noctis.
That's Excal -2.
-2.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, +2 is quite literally impossible in these flags. I was being optimistic.
Although
And,
-2 is still pretty bad for these flags.
Yeah, we do not have the approved buff for the weapon elemental damage, so that Excal does not do nearly as much gains as we saw in the last few tournaments.
Yeah.
Yuna, our first runner into C, as Rinoa is taking on carry. 74 hits. Nah, my native absorb is more than enough. And wow, that is an over 1,000 carry. No wonder it took so long to get the kill for Noctis.
Must be barely over 1,000, but wow.
Sunflash, our tracker restreamer, pointing out that Elemental is set to +20, which, okay, yeah, that is quite good. That ribbon immediately going on to one of those casters, probably the highest level of the red mages. Pro rings being equipped.
I guess Noctis is gonna go left side and just hope that they find the key item in there. Because it should be known that it has to be the chime.
Yeah, it makes sense. You've got the levels. Both runners have ground, so you go left first, hoping you can find it on the way, get the kill, and then not have to dive right side. If you have the levels and you think you can get the kill, this is usually the optimal routing. Usually. Needless to say, I'm not a champion. I'm just talking.
I was gonna say we're here because we are not champion. Sort of.
Zidane still punching Eisen Volcano, getting those 8 hits, trying to work their way. There you go, the 42 tip. Gonna see the fight, see if Zidane goes to 50. 10 hits, that probably is the indicator. Oh, I didn't even care what the level, I just saw when I got 10 to go. Oh, going 50. Yeah, that was 1900 experience. That was 2 levels in 1 encounter.
Yeah, I mean, 50's not that far off. I'd do it. Oh, we're just gonna do one more for good measure.
Yeah. Like this, Rinoa putting that moss on one of those red mages so it actually has something to swing for effect if it doesn't have charges.
Sphinx ran away.
Yes, this is the value of having the biggest, most yoked body on the party up front. You have the morale break. I mean, that black belt for Rinoa is at 927 hit points. What's the hit points on Zidane's? I think they actually took their levels slightly higher.
I don't know. We'll see here in a moment. One. Oh, I did not see. Are we gonna go kill Carrie? We are gonna
There's
go
the
kill
chime.
Carrie.
Yep, there's the chime in Sharknado in the bottom left room in the unguarded chest. So that is go mode for Yuna. And yes, Zidane is going right into kill carry. I'm honestly shocked Zidane even went back to res the party members, but that's just safety. You got the airship. It's not the biggest flight.
And your solution was already warping out to use a house anyway to save, so once you're out there, it's not that big. It's not that much of a deal.
Some whiz zombie dragon in a box, or whiz vampire zombie dragon in a box for Rinoa. Puts it at level 44. 99 or 999 max hit points for Zidane and Rinoa's black belts are close to on Rinoa. That is.
Yep.
Just that is survivable. The punch cannon has been promoted to an Abrams tank, main battle tank all the way. You know, technically, it could not be an Abrams. It might actually be a Mammoth Mark II or similar tank / weapon system from Command & Conquer because it has heal spells potentially, so it could repair itself. Anyone gets that joke. And Yuna gets the Sea Orb lit. That is 3 orbs on screen, 2 fire orbs taking lit, and the first of the Sea Orbs, Noctis, meanwhile, their opponent on the way to kill Kraken as well on that same floor.
So they both have done their grind now. And Noctis is up an orb, but isn't as high a level. So we'll have to see how this turns out.
Loose Gershark Big Eye doesn't get the amazingly powerful nuke from the Big Eye before it gets taken down, so Noctis going to get a few levels or chunk of experience at least from that. And Yuna going to Sky, wants to take care of this, is going to do some incentive searching because they do want that power bonk. That is the last item to be found. Meanwhile, Rinoa and C about to take Kraken, and Zidane about to one-punch a carry. Punch, nuke, and whatever the white mage cast on either side.
Ooh, that was a very punchy Kraken. I mean, we still killed it, but it did like 500 hit points to the black belt.
Yeah, did Rinoa make sure that there's no armor equipped on that black belt? I believe they did. If you put any sort of armor on the black belt, it overwrites its inherently leveled absorb with the base of that piece of equipment. So you do not want any armor on that black belt if you've got it up a high level so it has its max native absorb. That Kraken is indeed punchy. Noctis has lost the white mage, but in turn gets the red mage Brack on it, so that is a sea orb lit. 2 orbs lit for Rinoa and Noctis. Meanwhile, their opponents each with an orb lit. Yuna with the fire orb, or Yuna with the sea orb, and Zidane with the fire.
So Rinoa is pretty much opting not to take the power bonk here.
It makes sense.
Redundant, but it is worth pointing out that we are just going to run through Sky as fast as possible.
I honestly agree with this. What I don't agree with is Zidane taking the time to check all the chests in Cardia. They are spread out. You've got an incentive location in Mirage, but of course, Zidane doesn't have the chime, is not going to see just yet. So that would instruct why they're doing this. Now they are going to go to Onrak at Lefane. They will be able to make their way down, kill Kraken, and get that chime. Are those airs with the mute touch? That's just disgusting.
It's just like unnecessary, you know? Like, why does that even exist? And here's Onrak, and we're going to see immediately. Just running right through. Because we know that the chime has to be here.
Yuna shuffling some equipment. Did they just pull an extra ribbon, or are they just shifting around the one that they already had? Also, no robot chicken for Noah, unfortunately. But we do have a Tia, who is going to take a nuke to the face for about 148 and then get punched into... Wow, that is an Absorby Tia.
Yeah.
Either Absorby or Dodgy, because it was only like 400 hit points. Nuke coming out from the second red mage, 167.
Like 6 hits. I'm pretty sure it's Absorb. Oh, and a slow comes out. That is not good.
Well, slow doesn't affect nuclear weaponry, unfortunately. It does limit the black belt, but enough damage had been done. That is a Sky Queen taken out. 1 Earth Dive away from Topher. Sub-hour at this point. We're going to probably see a Topher in about another 10 minutes, depending on how hard it is to run.
Yep.
Bridge of Destiny for Noctis.
Here pretty quick.
Yeah, the morale break you get from having a high-level black belt at the front of your party going through Earth is substantial.
Yep.
And no robot chicken for Noctis, sadly. Yuna skipping the second floor of Sky and just going straight for the 6-pack on floor 3. It is denser, so does want to get that power bonk, which has to be somewhere in this tower or in the Sky Palace itself. And oh, as I spoke, that was a Tia down. 3 orbs lit for Noctis in pole position in their race. There it is. CC's box bottom left has the power bonk. Yuna quite happy to find that. Will it make the difference? We do not know.
And we threw the Vorpal out the window for good luck.
When did we find that sword?
I don't know, but I just noticed us march up to the window, and I'm like, we're doing it.
Well, add 1 more lawn dart to the desert. It's a very high crit weapon. You put it into the window and you just let it go, and you see if it can spear a T-Rex or a Tyro through the skull. I mean, it always goes for the skull. It's the skull or nothing.
Yeah, but it's nothing so often.
The Vorpal being dropped from Sky is the FF1 equivalent of Rods from God. Meanwhile, Yuna in the Sky Palace on the Bridge of Destiny, and Rinoa on the other side in the other race on their way to Lich. And that's stone magic or stone touch. So a black belt or a black mage on Runa's side currently just statuary.
Yep, and we're leaving the Black Mage just as a statue. Probably safer that way.
It's one less action to take, so it speeds things up. And Zidane with the chime is in go mode as well as Yuna pulls. And Bane's first turn with the Bane Sword Tia. That is the orb lit in style for Yuna.
Nice. That is the kind of thing Yuna's going to need to kind of come back here.
Yes, Sunflash Rune, we understand you hate insta-kill magic. Rinoa, meanwhile, just punches a speed bump into non-existence.
Yep. So we're gonna probably we're gonna go buy some heal pots, and then we're probably gonna go and punch us some fiends.
Safety softs to get that black mage back up.
Yep. Just to make sure. And Yuna now finishing the volcano dive to go light that fire orb, and their opponent Noctis going to go find the speed bump here. Noctis, as a reminder to everybody, looking to force a game 3 in this pairing of Yuna versus Noctis, while it is game 1 for Rinoa and Zidane. So Rinoa looking, confidently in the lead here. Looking to take the first one.
These races are both on the same brackets, but they are in different situations. Noctis with 3 orbs lit, about to have a 4th lit, is in a position to potentially tie up that round, that match. We would love to see it because it means more FFR for us. Lich survives getting hit by an X-Cal and whatever that knight was, or ninja was swinging, but on the other side, Yuna gets the volcano kill. That's 3 orbs lit there, just has that earth dive to go as well. Earth Fiend down, 4 orbs lit for Noctis. Zidane, meanwhile, trying to get their kill on Kraken, gets the hits, and man, does that Kraken survive. Brack not getting the insta-kill, unfortunately. Temper coming out, 40 or 411. That Kraken really did hit hard. Lock to help with evasion. I like this play. Brack comes out and insta-kills. Sunflash Room just felt a very bad pain again.
And Rinoa is pulling up to Lich 1 here, and we'll see how much of a speed bump Lich 1 is for our level whatever black belt. Oh, we almost took 400 from Nuke. Oh, yes, and we're dead. Okay. So, first real fiend here will be Carry 2.
Noctis on the other side just made it into tow for about 105.30, so in pole for the current race there. And we're getting all the info from us. These runners are in different races, but they are on the same seed, if we didn't make that clear before. We get to see what's coming, at least if the fiends survive more than one punch. Nukes trickle out. Blizzard might as well be tickling. It does a lot of damage to those ribbon unequipped or no equipped ribbons. But punches do more damage. That Carry 2 went down much faster than Carry 1 did. Rinoa using the Heal 2 cast to save some menuing.
Noctis running into a pack of metal slimes here will run away.
There's quite a few of those packs on the way. I believe Noctis went in on a hard reset just like Rinoa, so we'll be seeing basically the same encounters. We do not have set RNG on by any means, so each of these runners will see their own unique encounters with the fiends.
Yep. This was in the days before set RNG, so not even sure we knew such a thing would be possible back then.
Noctis on Lich 2. Meanwhile, Yuna on Earth floor in Earth Cave, ready to fight Lich 1. This Lich 2 not going down super easy and has damage poison, taking a huge chunk out of those party members for Noctis. There's
Lich
the kill.
2 going down pretty easy for Noctis. Meanwhile, Rinoa is pulling up to Kraken 2. And we will microwave some Kraken. Kraken will survive a punch. Almost 1,000 damage come out already. And has a nuclear that doesn't actually kill anybody.
I do not know if no nuclear is enabled in these flags, but Kraken just says, I'm just going to punch that one instead. So one red mage down, and Rinoa on to Tia 2. Meanwhile, Noctis taking care of Carrie, and Zidane done with Tia 1. So many fights on many fiends.
Yep. And Yuna, though, right behind Noctis here. Entering Topher, like maybe 5 minutes behind, 4 minutes.
Yep. And we've seen, these refights have not been that easy. So there's a good chance that Noctis, who's down 2 party members already and does not have any life casts on that wipe. Nope, did get life in life 2, I guess. We'll be able to bring party members back up. So not as likely to wipe, but those health pools, when we know that there's a nuclear on the way and Kraken can punch so hard.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If we leave that fighter in the top spot, that might be it. But we'll have to see.
Tia 2 taking down a red mage on Rinoa's party. Out of nuke casts on the one remaining. Gonna lock. That is the life cast slot though, so there's a chance of taking out the ability to revive that other red mage. Survives some lit magic high roll nuke, 392, 7 hits for 400 plus there. Gonna go with swing. Oh, there is a nuke from Tia taking out the black belt, but surviving is that red mage and the black mage, I say. Surviving is the black belt and the red mage, so life takes up the red mage, life takes the black belt, gonna cure 3. Or actually use heal pots out of Cure 3, because that's also their nuke level. And Rinoa is our first runner through the refights.
Yep. So we're going to hopefully get our first look at Chaos here. I don't want to jinx it too much. But 992 is our final hit point count on Rinoa's side. Making sure we get all gassed up so that we can not die. And that black belt does not wear any armor, so...
The armor that is on the rest of the party is not amazing, but is good. The pro rings could come very handy because, well, we haven't seen everything that this magic pool and skills pool from these fiends has, and chaos is a coming. There we go. We've got no cast moves. We're going to go ahead and cast the lock charge. Going to use a white shirt for evade, defense sword for extra evades, and temper from the black mage. Wants to get this black belt as yoked and evasive as possible, and they make chaos impossible to dodge the punches when they come in. No fast. I don't think we even saw fast. Ice 3 chips down the party member. The black mage on its knee. Not going to survive another hit of any sort at this point. Goes with the temper, gets that off, so that's something done if it does die. Lock comes out from the second red mage. Zap coming out. Insta-death magic not getting the job done on anyone but the black mage. 10 hits, 800 though. This is a black belt that's in action. Is going to just punch. We got wait, punch. Lit 2 takes out a red mage. Damages the 2 remaining. That's one less action to take. Speeding up Rinoa. And there you go. GG's in chat for Rinoa.
So Rinoa will take the first game in the match versus Zidane. We'll see Zidane having gotten all of the things, is prepping for their Topher dive, and we'll see how that goes for them here. Meanwhile, Yuna and Noctis. Yuna is now entering the carry fight. It looks like Noctis got kicked out and is just about to crack the plate. Check out the
Validation chest, finding an iron goal. Interesting. 2-pack of extra experience, potentially?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking the fight, so maybe we're thinking we need some more levels for Kraken 2. Not really sure. So meanwhile, Yuna is taking out Carry 2 without seemingly much problem. Ninja was on our knees for a second, but otherwise nothing really that bad.
Yep. And Zidane is on to the past. So Zidane gonna try and finish it out as Noctis moves to catch up with Yuna. At this point, Yuna not only has the lead, but they do, I believe, have the level advantage on that fighter, or knight, I should say.
Yeah, they took the knight much further than Noctis did, so...
I cannot say I disagree with that early grind in Northwest Castle. Yuna just got much better luck in finding the eyes. I say luck, but really, luck is skill, skill is luck.
Yeah, I mean, if you know you're looking for a grind, checking that tile is almost free, so... And we're at Kraken 2 here for Yuna. The nuke comes out for 336. Fighter swings for 203. Fire 2 doesn't seem to do that much. Followed by a heal, which brings everybody up a little bit. And the Thief not really doing altogether that much. Thief 2 hits, or 3 hits, 122. The Fighter 4 hits, and looks like a little under 300. Lit 2 comes out and sweeps along the party, although that Red Mage does stay standing. Throw some more microwaves. Nuke for 177. 2 hits for 60. 3 hits for 131. And Kraken 2 is down for Yuna. And just like that, Yuna is one refight away from chaos.
Meanwhile, Zidane, on their way to Lich 2, lost both white casters down to the 2-man. Insta-kills the Lich 2, so that's nice, but into the 2-man to get all the way through. We saw some powerful magic coming out. No life casters. That Black Mage is probably not going to stay standing by the time he gets to Chaos.
Probably not. We do have a max level black belt. I'm assuming we have plenty of heal pots. So we'll have to see if this is going to be, if it'll work out in Zidane's favor here. And Carry 2 goes down without too much issue. Meanwhile, Yuna is on Tia. Tia has nuke for Yuna. Yuna is down to just their fighter.
Getting good damage out of the X count.
Yep. 4 hits, 350. A little bit low there, 2 hits. Okay, so we're through. I don't know if we picked up anything for the fighter. As far as spells go, I don't remember if that's possible or not.
With the Knight, it did have it did not get the no promo spells option, so it could have some spells, Cure 3 and Heal 2. But it did not get access to any evade. It got Ruse as well, so but they also have a Defense Sword, which they are using instead. Defense Sword, Power Bonk, plus the. Did they switch to the Masa or the Vorpal, or are they running that Excal?
Didn't see Yuna swap, so I'm pretty sure that they're still just on the Excal. We are definitely power bonking it up, though, looking to end this in a few swings. This also is a good way to kind of check us for a Cure 4 out of Chaos, which is always very mean. But the swing should take us out. Yep. So that's a GG for Yuna, and Yuna manages to win that race, and we'll move on in the brackets.
Race time.gg time for Yuna of 1 hour 17 minutes 48 seconds. That's excellent time for this flag set, and you see the difference of that black belt on the other side versus the non-black belt party was only about 6 minutes. That's actually quite impressive.
Yeah, it's not really too bad at all. And Noctis at their Tia 2 fight with everybody standing, which is a much better place to be here. Looks like we are going to use one temper on that fighter. The white shirt coming out to make it to dodge, while Zidane will move up to carry 2 or to Tia 2 as well. And that black mage finally eats it, as we knew that they would. But this black belt is probably going to go all the way, because we are doing quite a bit of damage here, and that's pretty unbuffed.
Yeah, man moding a 49 black belt at 999 hit points seems to be doable. Meanwhile,
for
Noctis
sure.
taking the TF fight, trying to get through that to get 2 chaos.
Yeah, Noctis's fighter or knight, not really doing as much damage as the level 48 black belt was over there, which
Yeah,
is quite
7 hits.
understandable.
7 hits, 800. 7 hits, 677. This is going to be a 2 more hits at most
Yeah,
chaos fight for Zidane. Low roll
looks
there,
like,
actually.
yeah, it looks like we may
Extra
have
low
one or two
roll.
more, but yeah, just punch strats. Nope. And that's a GG for Zidane. With the race time of 1 hour 20 minutes and 4 seconds. GG's to both of our runners. As should be evidenced, we will not have interviews that would spoil the surprise, and so we will not be hearing anybody's opinions on the seed. But we will get to see Noctis run out this, and it's looking a little bit dire here. I wonder if we're going to make this through. Oh, there we go. We made it through. And with a red mage standing, so that should allow us to bring everybody back up. Yep, just enough life, it looks like. Looks like we were able to save a couple tempers for chaos here.
Yep, having the full 4-man party is extremely valuable with this group. To be honest, with the 4 force that they ended up getting, this has been serviceable.
Yeah, I mean, it's been okay. I mean, we knew it was going to be rough because of no black belt, but it's okay.
Yeah,
We're
the
putting the white
Excal,
mage up front.
yeah, the Masa early, the Excal and the Katana proved serviceable weapons throughout.
Moving the ribbon onto that fighter. So that it being the fighter's job from here now. So cruising up, coming out with Invis 2 with that white shirt. Ice 3 comes out and does some tickling damage. Ooh, high rolls on that red mage, actually. And temper that fighter. White shirt again. We are going to swing and temper the fighter again. We get our white shirt off before chaos swings this time. 2 hits, 1070 or 107. I couldn't put it. But we'll white shirt again. We will try and zap chaos, it looked like. Ooh, that thief not the thief and the red mage exiled to the 4th dimension by chaos. And this fighter is not doing the damage. There we go. 3 hits, 300 is a little bit better. So heal pots on the fighter. Bane ineffective. Fighter hits 3 hits, 257.
This chaos
3
has been
hits,
a little
80
limp-wristed,
damage.
but it is absorbing the damage that's being dealt to it.
Yep. It's just going to kind of be a slow kind of grind from here on out. I'm pretty sure Noctis is pretty stable at this point, especially if we're going to keep casting these ineffective insta-kill spells.
Ineffective to a limit. If we see that 3 in 256 chance happen, it would be
fair.
pain. We've seen some very painful moments in this flag or in this tournament so far. It'd be interesting to check just how thick this chaos was, but that is GG.
GG's for Noctis. And so that is going to conclude most of our broadcast here. I do want to bring up for tomorrow, we do have another double header at 8 p.m. Eastern US time. We have Luneth versus Celis and Phoebe versus Clive. And that will be on RPG Limit Break. So tune in. That is game 1 for both of those. And then coming up Monday, we have another double header at 9 p.m. Eastern, having game 2 between Rinoa and Zidane, and game 2 between Phoebe and Clive. That also is on our RPG Limit Break.
With that, any final thoughts from you, Sophomore?
Just want to say thank you to Runeflash, and we did have Razor1 join as tracking as well there. Thank you to Fabian Hawk for doing comms with me. Thank you to all of our runners for participating, and I will let you take it away.
Thank you very much, Sofnum, and again, thank you for joining me in comms. Thank you, Sunflash Room, for the restream and tracking duties, and of course, Razor1 hopping on with the extra tracking. Very much appreciate these double headers are also oh so fun to keep track of. Thank you all for tuning in to this tournament. If you like the randomizer or haven't been there, feel free to go to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. You can get in on the fun, get access to the randomizer itself, the wiki, links to our Discord, and all that jazz. I have been Fabian Hawk. With me, Softnum. Y'all have a good evening.
Good evening.